Right, I'm a bit more organised now. I've decided to pull my finger out and had a little mark about. I had a little chat with Howard on the phone because I know that last year he done really well on it, but he ain't fished it since then. So he just gave me a little bit of advice, reminded me of a few spots which I knew, but I didn't know which way around it was. But yeah, good having a little chat with him. But yeah, I had a little mark out, and there's 2 spots that you can go for in 18. Like there are others, but the ones that I've had fish off or had takes off, but I've never actually caught fish in this peak before. Is you've got a willow tree on. It's easier for me to show you. You've got. If I just zoom in, that willow tree just there. That is a short distance spot, which is a gully, which is around that area there. It's hard for me to tell. I'll probably get an arrow put in this video, but it's around about 35 yards. And then the other one, you can see the pylon in the background there. If you cast to that, and that's the gully what I mentioned about, what goes all the way through the middle up to about halfway, and that's about 7 foot, depending on what time of year it is. At the moment it is about 7 foot, but it depends if you get a load of rain, you know what I mean? Like recently we've had hardly any rain, but last few days we have had quite a bit, so it might have brought up the water a bit. But really with this lake you want to try and fish as deep as you can, I find anyway, because you've got so much wildlife on here. You've got the swans and then you've got the coots. The swans, it's hard to tell how far they can reach, but I think about 5 foot probably. So 5 foot is probably minimum you want to be fishing. And but it's personal preference. Like, I'm not saying that this is the way to do it, because there's other people who fish on here and they catch it every single time. So don't just go by what I say. But yeah, no, there's, like I say, in the 2 gullies, there's one which is about 7 foot, and the closer one in is touching 8, 9, something like that. But what I'm doing is I'm casting out with a marker, just bringing it back until it locks up, because when you cast out onto it, you're pulling it back, it's like glass, it's like that dirty silt, where you bring it in and you feel all the mud and you can smell you just smell dirt. So I've got rods on that. But what I'm doing is I'm pulling it back in until it locks up, and then obviously getting a mark. Oh, that was a liner just then, I think. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, no, bring it in until it locks up, and then getting the marker up, and then casting past it, so I know that I'm going fishing down that part of the gully, the deepest part hopefully. So then my line runs down, goes to the deepest part. So yeah, got both rods on the short gully, because the bloke opposite, I don't really want to be going into his water and all that. Like, even though it's not, it's still, he's fishing to the long gully, and I can't be bothered with the arguing or giving people the ump, so I'd rather just stay in my area, which I know no one else can fish, and hopefully I'll pick up a few. But yeah, but at the moment I seem to be getting a few liners, so maybe I'm not fishing close enough, but it might change. But yeah, the bait what I'm using, like I said, it's the new all seasons baits, or all seasons baits development. It's the new bait, the salmon and crab, which is on their video what I made for them. And it's a, well, I've got it just here. As you can see, it's a nice, like, natural looking bait. Instead of it just being like the normal, like robin red, or what people usually have, robin red, or I don't know, whatever is the norm at the moment. It's just normal, natural brown. So I've got one on that, on the bottom bait, which I am thinking about maybe doing a snowman presentation with, which I'm going to probably put with, I know that white works on here well, so I'll probably put a bit of white on it. and then the other one, I haven't even got that on the hook, but I have got it around it. But I've gone for something a bit different, and I've gone for the MB1. These are MB1 pop-ups, which, well, if you haven't smelt them yet, you got to, because they just smell the nuts, they do. So I've got one on the bottom bait on the salmon and crab, and the other one I've got it as a pop-up with the MB1. So hopefully the rods what's been making the noise is on the MB1, so hopefully they might be picking that up. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, another little touch what you can do, especially in the winter, is just get a normal Tesco's Sealy bag, zip-up bag, costs hardly anything. Put a few boilies in it, and put some salmon oil in them, and probably soak them in it. As you can see, all the oil's just in it, and soaking into the boilies. And when you flick them out, or catapult them out, they'll release all the oils, and you get like a flat spot. And oh mate, you'll get like a flat spot, and I don't think the flat spot does anything. It just helps you see, especially if it's windy, because obviously when it's windy you can't really see much activity, because if there is a back out of the water you won't be able to see it because you've got all the ripples around it. So just get a nice little flat spot and you can watch it through however long it lasts, which isn't very long, especially when it's warm. But I got them out because I wasn't really ever into soaking baits, but last year, it was actually in 19, I was fishing, I can't remember what time of year it was, must have been about April. I know it was wet, it was really wet, but I was cast out, set up and everything, thought, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Mate Howard come over and he said, no, go out further, you've got no one in number 2, go out further, go to the point of the reeds. So I cast out there and he goes, oh, I've also got these for you. And I thought, it's just the same as what I got. He goes, no, these are soaked in something special. Didn't tell me at the time. He goes, oh, I'll put some of these out. So while I've cast out, as soon as it's hit the water, he's started flicking them out. Literally flicked out probably about 20 of them, and it ripped off within, about 20 minutes of him doing it. And it was a fish what I had about 2 weeks before, which is quite funny. Like, I was fishing in peg 3, I think it was, and yeah, it was exactly the same fish, just very slightly bigger. But still, that straight away, I thought it's got to be something with a soaking in the bait. So now I've been hooked. He's got me onto that. The old professor has got me onto that. So yeah, hopefully might get a couple, but to be honest, even if I don't, it's still being out here. That's all that matters. Like, same as everyone says, if you don't catch, it's just being out here. It's relaxing. It's better than working, I must admit. So yeah. So, and also another thing I've got using is, I found it in the back of my cupboard. I can't even remember buying it, but it's salmon fry crumb. Don't know. Never used it. Don't even remember having it. But got a load of that. I don't know if you can see it. Let's have a look. Let's spin it around. Yeah. Sorry about the camera. Bad camera movement. But yeah, I've got a load of salmon fry, which is all soaked in salmon oil. I'm probably going salmon today for some reason, even though I'm using salmon and crab. But yeah, got a few PVAs tied up for them, yeah, or in them. But I'm going to give that a try, but I've never actually used it before. So it's just something the missus found at the back of the cupboard and said, what are you going to be doing with this? And I thought, oh, I'm going over railway, might as well chuck it all in. So see what that does. But yeah, again, the coots are on all the baits again, and me being an idiot, it's left me laser pen at home, so I'm going to have to put up with it. But that's another thing. You probably already know it, but overnight, if you've got coots or birds diving down on your bait, laser pen, green laser pen, you can get them off eBay, a couple of quid, like 5MW, whatever it is. I don't know what it stands for, but I know the higher the number, or the higher M5 it is, the better. So buy one of those and you just flick it on them a little bit and they'll soon get her off and leave you alone until they forget and then come back. But yeah, no, I might give Howard a ring. I think he's going to be popping over later on because it's Caroline's daughter's birthday today, but it's a girls' party, so I thought I'd get out of the house. That's why I'm fishing. And the 2 boys are out there, Nan and Grandad's. So I thought best time for me to go fishing is now. And Howard's going to drop off his daughters at the party, and I think he's going to pop over, so I might try and ask him if he can bring over his laser pen. So yeah, it's looking more fishy, but the temperature is rising again, and it's not good. When I turned up, it wasn't cold, but it was cooler than what it was. It's fluctuating all the time now, and I think it's just going to get hotter and hotter now. Alright, the heavens are opened, and it's starting to look really good now. I've been getting a lot more liners. I've just fired out a load more bait on the spots, because like I told you, I'm fishing the closer gully, so what I'm doing is just doing a line of bait. So hopefully when they're mooching about they might pick up the odd one, and then hopefully one of those might be mine. So getting a lot of activity down to my right, but I know that if I cast there, you ain't going to get them. They're not interested in feeding there, so I'm just going to leave that area just for, you know, like just looking at. I've got a nice little like clear spot right in front of me. I can see it when I stand from the bank, so I might just try and throw some of this salmon fry, because I want to get rid of it. I don't even know how I got it, like I said. So I'm going to try and put some of that on the spot and see what happens with that, and if that ends up starting to disappear, I might flick a bait onto that, so I can have one really tight in and one sort of, well, quarter of the way out, because like I said, the bloke's fishing the long chuck, which is probably about halfway, so I don't really want to go into his water or the water what he's fishing. So yeah, no, it's starting to look quite nice. Oh, a bit of activity there. If I try and keep this camera on the water for a bit, you might see, because I'm getting a lot of activity from this tree, and they're coming out and then sort of going over towards whereabouts my baits are, and then going back that way at the moment. So hopefully with this water cooling down, they might actually get down and start feeding, hopefully. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to flick a bait down there, because I know that is an area where they spawn as well, so I don't really want to go near that, because fishing for spawning fish, you just don't want to do it. So, and I'm not too sure if the fish are completely spawned out yet or not. Like, you've got a few bubbles coming up just there. Let's see if we can see. Whereabouts that work? We just try and leave it on that. Trying to see. I bet he don't do it now. No, my luck. Trying to show you guys, and I bet he doesn't even do it for me. But yeah, hopefully this rain might cool down the water a bit. Howard said he's gonna pop over a bit later, so have a little chat with him about the lake, pick his brains about what he knows about it, because he's caught quite a few fish off of here. But yeah, it is starting to. Maybe that was a coot. No, it's just a coot. Yeah, with this rain, I just love it when it rains. Like, I've always had a good hit of fish whenever it rains. So even if it's just one, but when it rains and it's so hard water, you know you're gonna get fish feeding as soon as it stops. So hopefully that might be the same, but no, my luck, it won't happen. So, but no one else has really caught any. No, I don't think anyone else has had anything. Like, everyone's recasting out and doing their bits. I think there's a fella jumped in next door in 17 now. The fella in 19's just got back from the shop. He asked me to watch his rods for him. or not watch his rods, but he brought his rods round, so I put them at the back of the peg. I just kept on listening out, making sure no one was going in his peg, because even though it is a nice water, there have been reports of stuff going missing and people getting their gear nicked, and it's like anywhere, you can't trust it 100%, no matter where you are. You know, it's the risk what you take, but when there's someone next door, when you can speak to them and say, "Oh, do us a favour, I'm going up the shop, can you keep an ear open just in case someone's goes into me peg," it makes you feel a lot better, because I know what it's like. I've done it. I've brought my rods in, nearly go up the shop, and you're literally rushing about trying to get there, trying to get back, and you always end up forgetting something because you don't know what's going to be happening. You don't know if someone's going into your swim, robbing you up, or you don't know what's going on. But with someone else there with you, even if you don't know them completely, like, anglers are anglers. You look out for each other, unless like you might get some complete idiot. But the majority of anglers are all proper, all right on here. Right, it's now 3:45, and still nothing. But seen quite a few shows in close along the margin whereabouts I'm fishing, but I don't know. I think I might keep one on there. I might keep my right hand rod on the close in gully, or the gully close in, and then maybe put my left rod out a bit further to the further gully, try and get this side of it, so I'm not really too far away, not too close to the other angle on the other side. Yeah, I've put out a bit of bait, not too much, but yeah, I think it's just time of day, to be honest. It doesn't help with the coots, because I can't get rid of them, and I think they're the ones that are picking up the bait at the moment. So I haven't had any more liners, and what I might do is, if it's 3:45 now, it starts to get dark about. I think it starts to get dark about 7ish. So maybe if I try and aim for about 6, or maybe aim for about 5 to get started, to get the rods out on their spots for the night, get the bait round, and hopefully be done all by about 7. Then I can leave them. Hopefully, might get one just before dark, so I can log it. But at the moment, I think it's still too hot for the fish to be feeding. There's a nice wind, nice southwesterly wind, but this time of year it doesn't make a difference. Personally, I don't think anyway, because it's a warm wind and it's warm water, so if anything, you want a northerly wind because it's colder, but to cool the water down. But I don't know whether it works. I never really tried it. Maybe you guys, maybe you can leave a couple of comments, let me know what you think. But yeah, no, Howard should be over in about half hour, 40 minutes. Because I want to bring over some more bait as well, because I only brought a kilo with me, and I'm not 100% sure yet, but I might stay here till tomorrow evening, so Sunday evening. Might even do an extra night, but I don't know, because I know that Caroline wants to take the kids out, so I play it all by ear at the moment. So yeah, still not much happening, but still trying.